Hello, this is Littering, and we are here to discuss X Life. As you all know, the Nether has just gotten a lot more scarier in 1.16, which will be interesting to see how it looks when it's modded for future series. Since X Life has been a popular series, they would definitely revive it for a second season, which will be very interesting to see how scary will the Nether be for them. So this will be my prediction of what would the second season of X Life look like in the Nether update. Now, the first reason to go into Nether is for building and decorating. Obviously, the vanilla Nether and other mods have added cool new blocks, but they would definitely focus on two main features. As you all know, walls are now able to connect to more blocks properly. Now, the only designs that came to my mind when building the walls are a window design, a special gate design, and obviously a wall. Since they're all builders, they can figure out some other things they can do with the walls. Plus, other mods would add this ability to their walls too for more variety and special decor. Of course, most X-Life players don't want to go to the Nether, but there is one feature that they would definitely go into the Nether for. The second special features are the soul light variants. Of course, these are very pretty lights, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Scott and Catherine building with these. Other mods would also definitely add more colored lights as well. The second feature about the Nether is for farms. Now, mods will add a new crops, trees, and plants, hence for them to gather farm. But I'm talking about technical farms made from a bit of redstone. The two farms that I feel like they would do would be a gold farm and maybe a barter farm. Someone would use a gold farm for golden apples and maybe possibly to sell them like Jimmy. For a barter farm, I'm not so certain. The only reason that they would use a barter farm is only if a mod really requires a lot of a certain barter item. For example, this mod called Lacrimus requires a lot of crying obsidian. So someone would have a barter farm in order to get a lot of crying obsidian. Other than that, there probably wouldn't be a barter farm. Now, I would like to clarify something. I am pretty sure that every one of the main X-Life players would have definitely have played with the Nether update in a current running series or a future series. So they probably won't do some things in the second season of X Life, such as making a Nether base and making a Hoglin farm, since these are dangerous things to do. Another big feature about the Nether is Netherite. Now, most likely, they wouldn't go get Netherite armor or tools, since there are mods that add in more stronger and better tools that are more easy to obtain. As I mentioned earlier, since they would have probably already played the Nether update, probably wouldn't be so interested into finding Netherite armor again. But they would still go Netherite mining for certain items. There could be netherite variants of some blocks or items, such as a netherite furnace or a netherite mob farm. There could also be some special item that requires netherite in its recipe. Some of them could also go find netherite for a lodestone in order for a special game quest. Since we are already speaking about the utility blocks, I should also mention the other utility blocks. The smithing table finally has a function to apply netherite to diamond items. Some mods would probably incorporate the smithing table in order to apply netherite or special ore to craft a special item. Another utility block is the respawn anchor. Honestly, I don't think a respawn anchor would be used a lot, since the nether is dangerous, and they probably would have already made another base in a future series. The only time where I think they would use a respawn anchor is in case for a boss fight. For a boss fight, they would set up the respawn anchor in case they die and to cut up some time. Now our final utility block is the target. Now, I am not fully sure if they would use the target block. Pretty much the only thing that comes to mind is for a little mini game. I'm pretty sure this wouldn't be used a lot. Oh, actually, I forgot one thing. Even though we were given utility blocks, there's one tool, the hoe. Some of the players might be willing to go play with this or not, since there is a limited amount of blocks that it can be used on. The only one big use that they're useful for is for breaking a lot of leaves. It's without dying as quickly as shears. Other than that, majority of the time, it probably won't be used. Unless there is some favorite or necessary modded block that requires the hole to easily mine it. The next reason that they would go to the Nether is for exploring structures. As you all know, Bastion remnants are a new structure added to the Nether. Now, most players would have already know brutes exist, so it's not a good idea to explore them, especially without the Apotheosis mod. But as you all know, Scott and Flip had to explore the Nether anyway, so a few players would probably still explore these Bastion remnants. Plus, there are other modded structures that could be fun to explore too. And the final last thing I have to mention is pets. Now, at this moment, not a lot of mods have updated to 1.16 yet, so I can't predict modded pets, but for certain, but there may be... he spoiled it. Yeah, few of them might have a Strider. Now, I think only a few of them would have a Strider pet, because, as you know, there are things such as carpets and brooms. They might not be in the second season, but players would probably use some sort of item instead of a Strider to get across lava. The only time when I think a Strider could be used if they don't have those things yet. So those are my thoughts of how they would treat their striders. And I'm thinking someone could die in the process of just making their lava pin. And so those are all my thoughts of what would the second season of X Life could look like. Oh, and the blue heart architecture pack that I made, they are not the official ones. Sorry. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and goodbye.